Hey there, we're going to be going over how to apply the Mixamo library to KF animation rigs. Pretty straightforward process. If you go to my store, 3dfigures.com/store, right at the top, there's a Mixamo Mocap. Go ahead and click that. It'll give you an overview of what to do. First thing we're going to do is download the scripts. Show up here. Thank you. For that, you can download all the instructions here, take a look. For now, I'm just going to drag this out, call it a day there. Close that. Then you'll want to go to mixamo.com. It's free. You'll need a login, so you need to create that ahead of time, but we'll call that. When you're here, you want to click on this character tab here. And what you're looking for is a character called XBot. Now, there's a lot of characters. This used to be the default character, but it's not always the case, especially if you update your own or whatever else. So you want to stick with this one. It will work with other characters, but this one will allow the best transfer for it. So click on that one. It's good to go. Then click back over into the animations tab. So for here, we have the whole library. There's thousands of animations. For now, let's just go with. All right, some fun options here. Let's click this one. All right, that looks fun. Go ahead and click download. This is the default settings. It's fine if your project's 30 frames, if not 24 or whatever it may be. FBX with skin just for convenience. Click download. And it'll show up here. Cool. Back inside Maya. Go ahead and hide this for now. You want to go to your script editor and go File, Source Script. Then I'll go to your desktop wherever you've downloaded it to. Select the file. It's convenient if you copy the file name and do that. Say open. Nothing happens. All you've done is load it into memory. You paste the name of the script, delete Mel and parentheses with a colon. You do that, and then you press these double arrows. Now it's ready to go. You can click instructions. It'll tell you step by step again how to do this, but again, it has it on the website and the file download. If you right click on instructions, it says create nulls, which is what we need to do to make it actually work, but you need to open the rig file. So I'm going to go to file, open this rig. It'll just take a few moments. Very fun character, also available at my store, along with many others. For the time being, we'll do this. Instructions again, right click, create null. And it's going to say select a Mixamo FBX file. It's what we just downloaded, this MMA kick, FBX. Does a whole bunch of stuff behind the scenes. It's effectively aligning the rig to the mocap and transferring it over so you can see the results. And there you go. And there we go. So it's now created. You want to just play it so you can make sure it works well. And then you can close this scene. You don't actually need to leave the scene open. It's not what you want to be animating in. You don't need to use it again. You just say confirm. What you've done effectively is align the rig to the mocap. That's cool. But because the rig is referenced or is not referenced kind of deal, it's broken for now. This is not a scene you want to actually work in. What you've done is create this Mixamo transfer nulls here. So that allows the rig file to look for this. It's in the same place the rig was referenced from or created from. So we want to keep those together to make sure this script actually works. Go ahead and hide that. So now I'm going to create a new scene. Don't save because you don't need to. File, create reference, option box. You always want to reference in a rig. It's just very useful to do so. Just working in a rig raw is very detrimental to animation, especially when I have multiple characters or the rig changes. So reference it in for good behavior. I use namespaces, use selective namespace, char for character. Reference in that. Take a few moments to load in. frames. Oh, there we go, all nice and loaded in. So now we don't need to create the reference, but we can do this over again. Select the reference control. Do that. Any of these controls will work. Define the Mixamo clip. Again, we've already downloaded it here. Nothing happens because all you've done is load it into the UI. It says this is the MMA kick. The clip name is MMA kick, and I want to import that clip. Cool. Again, nothing is happening just yet. So it's just not connected. You can do things to it. We'll discuss that later, but for now, we're just going to say set the timeline to the clip, which is about 50 frames. Cool. And map it to the rig. So now we're good to go. Inside of this, you can just move it over to see how that works. Now the motion is on the rig. So what's fun about this, though, is where you can go next. For example, if I really like this, but I want to do a combination, I want to do a fight scene, I want to have the character walk up and then do an action, or vice versa, that's where the power of this tool and this library actually comes in very handy. From here, you can boot up the Mixamo library again. Let's find another clip. Oh, that's a fun one. We'll do this one. Download that, same deal. That's downloaded. From here, you can just say define Mixamo clip again. The inside crescent kick, sounds fun. Import object to FBX, or import FBX clip. Goes through again. It's all at the same time, which isn't quite what I had in mind. So what I want to do is inside the outliner, if I select top group of that, select hierarchy. Inside this is all the keys for that, and this action stops at about frame 50. Take all this, slide it over to frame 50. So now, one action ends, the next one begins. It's great. I can say set to clip. Changes the timeline again to where it is. Now, obviously, you can retime this, you can edit it, you can take the piece that you want, but this is just using the whole clip. So do that and map to rig. Slide this over so you can see it. So now we've got one kick and two kicks. This is really useful. You can start blocking out entire scenes, entire fight choreographies or elements before even setting a keyframe. You can also use this to show off how your skills are developing in motion editing or whatever else by actually going through and seaming these two clips together. You'll notice very quickly in the graph editor, that's where the pop is between these two clips. Clearing that out will make them blend more and more, and obviously making sure the feed steps line up and whatnot. Obviously, motion editing is an entire different tutorial, which we might cover later, but this should be enough to get you started for putting it all together. Hopefully you found this useful, and yeah, have a good one.